Hey guys, Bellatrix Special here. Thank you for joining me for my fourth video. I hope you like it. So this was actually supposed to be a build for my third video. I had a very clear idea of what I wanted this to sort of come out like, but the execution and the details sort of eluded me, so it was taking too long and I had to do a different build for video number 3 or this one would have never come out. Anyways, I finally, at the end of it, after fidgeting around, I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. Yeah, so my main idea for the video, I just really wanted the front to have that shape that the front right of that house has, and I wanted there to be two balconies on the left, well, a deck and a balcony stacked on top of each other, so like covered under roofing, and they're just sort of it's a little darker than your main deck or balcony, and at the same time, like you can see out very well, more so than you can see in. Anyways, that was the whole idea of it. I do fidget a lot with the size of them. I don't keep it exactly how it looks now. I do change it a little bit. Same with the shape of the house. I actually really like the current shape of the house, but I wasn't feeling it when I was building it, and I'm actually very happy with how it turned out. Like for right now, the right side of the house was just sort of flat, 2D, very boring, and I changed the shape of the house around a little bit, and I changed that 2D-ishness of that side of the house, and I alter it once more the left side of the house, because right now that side is looking quite 2D, despite the the deck that sort of indents inwards, I guess. Anyways, that is the main shape of the house. The rest that I add is just sort of like little details, and I do add a back deck and a little bit of an extension at the top. But that is the main general shape of the house. I keep it as it is for the most part. So as you saw, I wanted to put a chimney there. I was going to put a fireplace, and not that you needed a chimney to make a fireplace work on The Sims 4. But anyways, I really wanted to put a chimney there, sort of add a little detail to the top, but I could not get it to fit where I liked it to. I even tried a little bit while still off camera to try and make it work, and it wasn't interested in being nice to me, so I scrapped that idea, and I actually did not end up putting a fireplace anywhere. It just didn't seem to fit the feel of the house. Anyways, so here I had to do a little something weird. I had to delete part of the balcony, well, of the railing, because it wouldn't let me complete a room with it there. Anyway, so that was easily fixable. It was just a little frustrating because it kept like cutting out, and the roof kept protruding, and I was like, oh my god, this is so frustrating. Anyways, I went straight to do the floor plan of the second floor bedroom, which is that stays exactly like that. So this ends up being a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, 2 full bathrooms, and then 1 powder room, sink and toilet on the ground floor. I do make it out there are 4 beds in this build, so enough for 5 people because one of those beds is a double. So one of the rooms was made for a toddler and a child. So I mean, in theory, when they grow up, they sort of need their own rooms, unless the room meant for the teenager, unless she or he grows up and then moves out, you might need to alter it a little bit. Maybe cut the master bedroom into thirds and keep like 2/3 for the master and 1/3 for the child. Anyways, if you choose to download this house and play with it, I'm sure you'll figure out something amazing to do. The flowers that you just saw me play around with, I did not add them in the end. I told myself I'll come back to it, I'll add some detail, and when I was finishing building the house, I didn't feel like I needed that extra detail. I felt like that just added a little too much to it, because there are a lot of plants throughout this build. Sorry, hiccups. Both inside the house and outside, and it just felt a little too redundant with the colors, the flowers. It just felt a little much to me. So there you go, I'm building a little pool. you know, it's risen up. I don't use this look enough in my builds, both personal and the ones that I'm putting in here. I just don't use it that much, and I'm honestly not sure why. I love how it looks. It just adds a little more character, I found, to the house. So yeah, I did a dual fence there, dual height fence. I found it looked a lot more interesting than just having that tall fence all around, and I did not want the short fence on the side of the pool. I just didn't find it that visually pleasing. Plus, you know, this way, not that Sims are actually capable of this, but those stupid Sims can't just jump off the railing, hit their heads, and then fall into the pool, you know? So it's a little more safe this way, right? No? Alright, my bad. um, so these railings, they don't have gray railings. They have a bunch of like gray fences, but gray railings severely lacking in, especially the kind that fit the specific shade of gray that I used for the for the fencing. Anyways, I found something that I was ultimately relatively happy with and just stuck with it. Okay, so the roof. Big news, guys. Big news. I used a different kind of roof than I usually do. What? I know. It's pale. It's slightly white, and I actually did not like the regular roof that I used on this build. I did not like it. I was so surprised. I couldn't find anything I liked, and I was like, alright, well, this pale roof is the best that I can come up with, and looking back, I actually really like it, and I'm actually so surprised that I like it. Anyways, happy me right now. Yeah. Okay, so this is the room I was talking about that had 2 beds. Oh my god, that is so frustrating. Sorry. The toddler and the kid room. I had a hard time sort of fitting in everything in proper. Losing all my words. I had a hard time fitting all the objects and getting everything I wanted in there in a neat fashion. But I do like how it turned out. So, you know, you got a little bookshelf, got your little toys, the ones that the toddler can use, the ones that the kid can use, a little like art table, a bookshelf, violin, because, you know, why not give them something musical to aspire to? Oh my god, I'm going to murder these hiccups, or myself. One of the two will happen. Alright, enough about the hiccups. I really wanted to put a rug in there. I had a hard time. I always have a hard time with the rugs. I mean, a lot of them are nice. I just find that I have a hard time finding one that fits the rooms that I build. Maybe I'm just a little picky. Maybe they just don't have some that fit my room. Anyways, I think it comes down to the size. Like, carpets are some of the objects that you cannot size up. At least I don't think so. I haven't tried it in a really long while. Either because it didn't work or I just didn't like it and I never used it again. Whatever. On to the master bedroom. This is actually ends up being a very boring in color room. It's light, it's like white, light gray, light blue grays. It's nice. I would personally go insane if I had to sit in a room that boring. I tried to add a little pop color with that seat, and I realized that it was a mistake. It could have been great, but the color, it was another light color. I mean, yes, it was green, it was a little bit different. I bring those green accents into the plants, but it's too light, you know, it fit in with the whole light gray feel of everything else, except for those 2 little parts that are black, which once again did not add that much dimension or artistic feel, I guess you can say. And I mean, the wallpaper worked for the bedroom, but it did not work with the rest, with like some of the furnishings. Well, mostly the black bed. It works with the paler stuff. The black bed just sort of sticks out, I guess, sticks out like a sore thumb. Oh. So I've been watching a lot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like rewatching it for the I don't know how many at the time, and I'm right at the beginning of season 2, and Willow's talking to Xander at some point, and she's like, "Do they really stick out though?" sore thumbs, I mean, just a good point. Do they stick out? Nah. Anyways, speaking of Buffy, actually, so like I said, I've been rewatching it, and honestly, every time I watch it, I like fall in love with Oz all over again. I love his character, and anyways, I just watched recently watched the episode with the career fair, and Oz's hair is suddenly brown. Willow goes up to him, and she's like, "Oh, your hair's brown." And he's like, "Yeah, sometimes." It's just, it's that kind of answer, and I'm just like, "Really, Oz? Take my heart. Do whatever you want with it. Go have fun." I don't know what it is about him. It's really the character. It's not necessarily Seth Green. It's Oz. Just Oz. Anyways, back to this build. Enough about Buffy. Not that there's ever enough about that show, but anyways, I went a little crazy with the wall decorations. Like, too many banners. Just calm down, me. Too many banners. But anyway, so this room for me was originally built it for a girl, as you can see by the stereotypical colors. And I wanted her to be a geek, you know, play video games, but also have like an artistic side with the painting and the guitar. And okay, as you see now, I'm fidgeting around with the colors. I didn't like that sort of. I mean, I did like it, just not for this room, the black and purple fade wallpaper, but I do end up keeping it because nothing else works with the colors of the room, which I really did not want to change. Anyways, that's that. That's another room that you can actually cut down a little bit to size if you wanted to separate the toddler and the child. Like, you can easily fit another door in there. You can have just two smaller rooms, and then, you know, one big room for the lucky winner. The bathrooms, I didn't want them to be identical. I wanted there to be slight differences in them because I tend to make every single bathroom in each one of my builds like the same sort of color scheme, the same placement, and I just wanted something a little bit different. So, I mean, this was my attempt at doing different. It's very much the same, with slightly different colors, which, unfortunately, is an improvement for me. Huh. Oh, me and my set-in ways. Anyways, I had to change the stair color, find a banister that worked with it, and just made that happen. And so this landing area, there wasn't much room to put anything interesting. I stick one plant in it and a few things on the walls, but because of all the doors everywhere, there wasn't really room to put anything interesting, like an aquarium, or a chess table, or a sculpture even. I mean, I could, I guess, put a sculpture, which I actually toyed with the idea of putting a sculpture where those flowers are. Just didn't work for me. Didn't do it. So I ended up doing that, and looked a little weird inside, so I had to put a potted plant under to sort of make it look like it was potted and not just growing out of the floor. Anyways, a couple of plants and I move on. I go to the bottom floor, which I fidget the floor plan here. I had such a hard time with it, actually. Like, I wanted to put a bathroom there, it would have worked so much better, and I tried to, you know, move the objects into the wall a little bit. I ended up deleting it because I did test it with a sim, and she wasn't having it. She wasn't going to the room. She was like, nope, not doing this, not my thing. So there you have a very awkwardly placed, awkwardly sized bathroom. If I liked curtains, I would have put a curtain on that window because, I mean, it's not that bad, you know, it's right by the sink. You'd really have to crane your neck to see someone piss, but still, you know, you don't really want that kind of giant open window in a bathroom. Anyways. So yeah, I was toying around with a small idea for the kitchen there. I wanted to put it with an archway, as you might have seen. I saw another sim YouTuber, Deligracy. I love her videos, and she had one, I don't know if it was recently, but I saw it recently, and she had her stoves and fridge in a wall with arches, and I'm not entirely sure how she made it work. I think it was just because she had bigger archways or something that actually let you access the fridge, but it didn't work for me in this case, so I just moved on. I'll figure it out at some point. I'll try it in another build, and hopefully it'll work, and I'll keep it in there, but, you know, if not, it's not the end of the world. So this kitchen, I really like it, but it ended up feeling and looking very modern, at least compared to the rest of the house. Um, I mean, I don't know, just, it was a little different. I mean, it worked, you know. It's the interior, it's not like I have an alien spaceship chilling in the backyard or anything. um, sorry. But yeah, it was a little different. It was a lot more modern than the rest of the houses. It was just lighting it up, more modern lights on the island, and then just those plain old cheap wall lights to light up the rest of the kitchen. I didn't want to put that saucer light in that specific room. I found it would have looked a little bit awkward with the ones hanging on top of the island counter. So that's right there is when I'm really messing around with the floor plan. I sort of wanted to separate the living room with a wall, but I wanted to keep an open space concept, so I went with a half wall. And I mean, it didn't look great, but it looked decent. The reason I don't end up keeping this is I couldn't fit the couches and the TV comfortably. It looked very awkward and like, anyways, you'll see how I'm placing them right now and how it's just, I'm not having any of it. I'm like, nope, nope, bye, nope. So I end up sort of reworking maybe a good, like, what, 65-70% of the house. Well, interior-wise, in my mind, mostly because there wasn't much place there. So I'm like, okay, screw the open space concept. I'm creating rooms. The only one room, not counting the bathroom, has doors leading to it. The rest just has sort of blank spaces of walls, hence the columns, so it doesn't look so abrupt. I didn't want I didn't want archways. I wanted archways, but I didn't want to use archways, if that makes sense. So I just didn't put a wall there. Yeah. Anyways, so here we go, living room. I didn't just want to stick couches on the windows. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it this time. I think it would have been just too much empty space. So I add those at the back. You know, you can just stick your magazines there. You can stick CDs. You can stick. Not that I actually have much of this stuff in. At least not in the expansions of The Sims that I have. I had them in The Sims 4 though. Yeah. Anyways, you'll see me stick a couple things in there just to make it a little bit more interesting, a little less boring. Alright, this room. Originally, I loved how it turned out. I ended up sticking a blue wallpaper on the wall, which I do a little bit later, and you'll see. But looking back on it now, oh my god, kill me, it is too much. Just too much blue. Like, anything from changing the... Honestly, if I just had, like, a beige neutral wallpaper and either no rug at all, or a different rug, or even a different color of that rug, I just would have been so much happier. But, I don't know. I liked it when I was building it. Maybe I was tired. I was very coffee deprived. I'd only have 2 cups that day. I swear, I am turning into Lorelai Gilmore. Gotta need coffee, like, every day. Right now it's already 10, what is it, 10? It's almost 10 in the morning. I haven't had coffee yet, and, like, I'm going a little crazy. I can't wait for coffee. That'll be fantastic. Anyways, that's the blue that I was talking about. I hate it. I just wanna blow that room up. Just give me a bazooka, blow that room up, and nothing else. Anyways. The kitchen, kitchen dining room. I like how it turned out. It put some red tiles in the kitchen area, and that bright red feature wall. I love it. I love how it turned out. I found it really tied the colors together finally, and I don't know. There's just something about it. I really like that red wall with the red, hot pink, whatever painting. Really does it for me. So yeah, I was just doing sports wall. I don't know how that door stayed there so long. I've been noticing it, like, since another room design thing, whatever. And it took me so long to notice it when I was building. I don't know how I didn't just jump right to it, because every time I rewatch this, I'm like, oh my god, the door. Remove the door. When are you going to remove the door? Internal thoughts to myself. Anyways, we're nearing the end of this video. I'm just doing the outside, the landscaping, I put some little fun things for the for the Sims to do. A little place to eat, because I don't know if they can, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure they can eat just off the couch, but you know, it's always nice to have a little table. I added a slip and slide, as you can see, and honestly, I hate how it looks. I kept it because it's a fun little activity for the Sims, but it's so ugly. I wish you could roll it up and stick it in a shed. Not that I built a shed, but I wish that you could roll it up and stick it in the shed until you were ready to play with it. Like, still have that open space, but just, I don't know. Having it laid out, I just find it really unattractive. Anyway, so this corner is really plant central. I added some of everything, both on bottom and on the top, and I'm just like, yep, keep going, keep going. More plants. Or, yeah, see, more plants. I forgot that I skipped the top area and I go to the balcony before going back to adding plants. Not sure why I did that, but I probably forgot to furnish it, and I was like, oh damn, that needs some stuff on there. Yeah, so that's the plants for that side. Doing a little bit of the back. I actually, when I was doing the side, I forgot that those flowers existed, and I love them. I'm crazy for them, so I was like, okay, I'm using 3 of them, I'm using a whole bunch of them, and I think I might stick 1 or 2 of them in that corner right there too. Okay, so when I'm building, you'll notice I forget to actually place a mailbox in a garbage. I end up doing that while I'm doing screenshots, so it's actually missing that first screenshot. But I do end up adding it, so when you download the house, there will be a garbage and a mailbox for your Sims to use. Yeah, anyways, this is coming very close to the end of the video. We're going to the screenshots now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button so you can know when my next videos are up. I try to post 2 to 3 a week. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye, guys.